Hi, my name is Chester Elton. I'm the author of some of the best-selling books like The Carrot Principle, All In, Leading with Gratitude, and Anxiety at Work. I've been studying workplace culture and leadership for over 20 years. In fact, one of my favorite nicknames is I'm known as the Apostle of Appreciation. And it's so interesting to me that the common thread in every great leader, culture, and team is gratitude. So I've done this interview and I want you to come see the interview and how we talk about future leaders, the future of cultures, how leaders can really make a difference. Gratitude ripples through your company, through your family, and through your community. And I just want to thank Intras for the invitation to do this and share the teachings and the learnings from over 20 years of my research with you. So please, come visit. You won't regret it. You know, I think when you have volatile times, leadership is more and more important. And I think the biggest message to leaders in volatile times is that you have to communicate. In uncertain times, employees especially need to know, how are we doing? Where are we going? How are we going to get there? And most importantly, what's my role? So, for example, if you think as a leader that you're over communicating in hard times, it's probably about right. Because when you're not communicating on a regular basis, and there's that communication void, voids get filled. And a communication void gets filled with rumor, innuendo, and fear. So when you hit hard times as a leader, you need to step up right away. You need to communicate every day. Even if what you're saying is, I don't know, I'll let you know when I do. That allows employees to take their anxiety levels down and say, okay, we're not exactly sure. I can count on my leader though. As soon as he or she knows, they're going to tell me. And that gives me confidence. So in volatile times, leaders really need to step up, take the microphone and explain what's going on. I think in tough times, the number one thing for leaders to do, explain what's going on, where are we going, how are we going to get there, and how you can help us get there. You know, I love that question because it says soft skills. There are no really soft skills, right? They're all hard skills. So people say, oh, soft skills like, gratitude or inspiration. Gratitude is a hard skill. People skills aren't soft skills, they're hard skills. And it takes discipline, right? The greatest soft skill right now is going to sound funny and even trite. It's to lead with gratitude and it's to lead with kindness. Right now, anywhere in the world, there's so much contention. You look at your news feed, this group hates that group, hates this group, I'm right, you're wrong. In business, we need to come together. We need to bring good people together. And by the way, there are good people everywhere. And how do you bring good people together? You're kind, you're grateful, and you're of service. Don't underestimate the power of a simple act of gratitude, a simple act of kindness. It lets people know that they matter, that what I do is important. We talk about a great culture, a great leader, a great team is a place where people believe what they do matters, and then they make a difference. And when they make a difference, somebody says thank you. It's a simple formula. It's hard to implement. And how do you implement that? Soft skills, leading with gratitude and being kind. I love this question because I go to conferences all over the world. And I always meet with the top leaders, the CEOs, the senior VPs. And what I like to do is on the breaks, I watch and I listen. And if it's really noisy, that's a good culture. Isn't that funny? Like if they like being with each other, if it's noisy, if there's a lot of laughter, what that tells me is they're comfortable with each other, they like each other. Now, that's just to observe. For me, a great culture is I understand the purpose. And the purpose and the vision and values, they align with who I am. That I can make a difference. That what I do is important. I can connect what I do every day to my mission and vision. And if I can do that, if I'm purpose-driven, that's the culture for me. And by the way, it's not always the right culture, right? We do a lot of work in healthcare. Healthcare isn't for everybody. That's a hard job. You're working at a hospital and you see people die. That's hard. It's really interesting. One of the best cultures I ever saw was WD-40. Like, they make grease. And you think, well, that's silly. That culture, those people, they connect, they believe in each other, they support each other. So any product, any service can be noble, can be great. When you find that good culture, you like the people you work with, your values align, you make a difference every day. That's a great culture. And it's noisy and it's happy. The reason I love this question so much is we often say, it's on the leader. It's all on the leader. What's the role of an employee? The employee, you have to take responsibility. The research says the number one impact on an employee's engagement is the relationship with the supervisor. And I agree with that. I think that's interesting. The fact is me as an employee, I have to take responsibility. I have to make sure that I'm engaged. No one can engage you more than you, right? What is it that I can control? Look, I can be highly engaged and have a bad manager, right? Because I believe in the company. I believe in the products. I believe in our services. So as an employee, you really need to take that responsibility and say, what can I do today to make a difference? I can't always control who's my boss, who's my leader. I can't control the marketplace. I can't control my attitude. I can control the way I come to work, the way I interact with people. And when you understand as an employee that you have that responsibility too, that's when you take control and you are no longer a victim. Oh, my boss. Oh, the market. Oh. No. I can control my attitude. I can control the things I do. I can control the way I treat people. And once you realize that, your life gets better, your teammates, it gets better, and your customer service and your products get better. So I love that question. I was just reading lately, how do you bring together a high-performance team? How do you create a great team? And the answer to me, it was so funny because it was so obvious. If you want to have a great team, hire happy people. Doesn't that sound like ridiculous? Say, no, I want to hire smart people, competent people, experienced people. More than anything, business is about relationships. And when you hire happy people that love to come to work, that care about your customers, that makes it fun, it makes it engaging. Now, you can teach people the job. You can teach people the products and the services. It's hard to teach people to be happy. We've all got friends, and no matter what happens, they're just never going to be happy, right? I mean, we love them because they're our friends or maybe they're family, right? You have to love your family. Right? I'm telling you, I think in high-performance teams, you have to enjoy your work. Bring joy to the place And I think all those other things kind of sort themselves out. So it sounds kind of silly. Hire happy people. Almost without exception, the lowest score is I've been appreciated at my company in the last 7 days. Nobody feels overappreciated. I mean, when was the last time you came home from work and said to your family, I couldn't get anything done today. I was overappreciated. There was cake, there was balloons, there was plaques. Nobody said that. Employees can never get too much appreciation. Now, sometimes we think of appreciation as awards, right? A plaque, a watch, a bonus. Yeah, that's part of it. Do you know what it is more than anything? It's little random acts of kindness. It's, hey Juan, I saw what you did with that customer. That was extraordinary customer service. It's the little things every day. Thank you so much for coming in today. Now, a lot of leaders will say to me, Chester, I pay them to do that, right? They get recognition in their paycheck. Yes, pay is important. The little thank yous all along the way, that's what makes a great culture. That's what lets me know that what I do every day is valued. We talk about a great culture as a place where I believe what I do matters. I make a difference. And when I make a difference, it's noticed and celebrated. Little thank yous along the way make all the difference. If you can do that, if you can have a culture of gratitude, people want to work for you. They want to work hard. They do not want to disappoint you. Everything gets better when I feel valued and appreciated. Everything. To me, so I have a mantra every morning when I wake up, kind of Buddhist that way. And my mantra is be kind, be grateful, and be of service. And to me, that's the essence of leading with gratitude. Leading with gratitude are the leaders that understand that you can't do it all by yourself, right? Sometimes we have these, it's all on. No, it's not all on you. You have to have help. And when you get help, remember to say thank you, right? Leading with gratitude is that attitude that says thank you on a regular basis. And not just thank you, finger guns. You're the best, you're the best. Thank you specifically. Hey, I know with the weather today, it was hard to get to work on time. I really appreciate you showing up. And not just showing up, doing a great job. Hey, I appreciate that report. The detail was amazing. I appreciate the way that you treated that customer. They were difficult. You did a great job. You know, customer service for us is our #1 value. That was extraordinary. Those simple little comments where I say, look, I appreciate you. Now, what's really important is you don't know what your employees just came from. You know, you don't know if they're having trouble with a child, if they're worried about their parents, if they're dealing with illness in their family. So when they come to work, you've got to appreciate the whole person. And the fact that they have chosen today to show up and work for you, you should be grateful for that. You know, the world is getting really complicated. There's a lot going on. You know, you got pandemics, you got drug addiction, you got depression and mental health. When people show up, be grateful that they showed up and tell them that. Leading with gratitude says, I appreciate you as a worker, as a person, as a coworker. And again, when you have a culture of gratitude, life is good. So what really excites me about the future of the workplace is the next generation of leaders, right? I'm the end of the baby boomers. And, you know, my generation is work hard, get promoted, work hard, get promoted, work hard, get promoted, right? This new generation, it's not about just what we do and how we do it. It's why do we do it? Why? And how does it impact the community, the environment, our families? What I'm really excited about the next generation of leaders is they care about all of that. They don't just care about the bottom line, which is important. I get that. We're in business to stay in business, to make a profit. What they're really focused on is how do we get there in a way where everybody wins? The employees win, the company wins, the customer wins, the community wins, the environment wins. We never thought about that when I was coming up. It was all about make the money, get promoted, make the money, get promoted. Now it's a bigger picture, and they understand that in a very deep way. So that's what excites me, is it's not just make a better company, it's make a better world. And that's